It's all the extra prescriptions he gives you. Just to protect himself. How could I have done more? You can't sue me. I did everything I possibly could have done. So if we have a procedure where you and the doctor can agree you're not going to sue, in which case you get your health care for less money, because he doesn't have to buy the insurance payment.
Well, the doctors are only getting half of what they bill anyway. Because I pay attention to those slips.
Oh, they do. They do.
And so if it's $200, the doctor only is getting $100.
And they generally accept what the insurance pays. They generally accept that, what the insurance pays.
But I don't see how the lower income people are gonna be able to pay these premiums.
They can't. And what I would like to do for the people who can't buy the policy, I don't want to give them a policy, because then I incur that 25% administrative cost. I just want to give them health care. I want the doctor, the hospital, the clinic to get a tax credit for giving them health care. You have a great free clinic in Hagerstown. You can walk in, you can be a millionaire and walk in and go to shame for they need a free health care. Yeah, I just want to give them health care. Why would I want to give them a policy and that huge administrative cost of administering a policy? Just give them health care. Give them a tax credit. I taught medical school for 4 years. We would survey the doctors when they came in. Boy, when they came to med school, they wanted to serve. By the time they got out of med school with that $250,000 debt, they wanted to make money. Because they had to pay it. But that's not why they came. They genuinely came because they wanted to serve. Yeah.
This lady would like to say something.
I'm a nurse and I work in public health. I would like to say that the free clinic isn't available to everybody all the time. You have to meet certain criteria in order to go there. And when you're full, they stop seeing people unless it's
So you get a bigger
unless
price.
you're standing in line in the rain, that kind of thing. So it's not that it's available to everybody all the time. The other thing
I
I'd like to
asked
say,
if they could give them some financial statement and they wasn't down for the price.
well, the other comment I'd like to say is that an $8,000 up front for vouchers, one illness flows to $8,000.
Fine, but then you have a catastrophic policy with an $8,000 deductible, and my catastrophic policy doesn't drop you at half a million. Read your current insurance
Well,
policy.
my observations are that it isn't that the physician's offices necessarily making the big profits. It's the insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies.
There you go.
And that's who's controlling healthcare.
Yeah.
And
With health savings accounts, the insurance companies largely go away.
they're told
They
that,
are
that, you know, the profits are needed for research, but yes, everyone's telling you you need this shingles shot or you need whatever the latest drug is, and those are where the expenses go. I was very distraught that the single payer discussion was off the table of healthcare, because I think that would solve a lot of problems. I'm opposed to vouchers.
It solves problems, it creates problems. We just need to have a national discussion about that. Some people think it creates more problems than it solves. But clearly, if you're buying it by the carload, it's cheaper than you're buying it by the pound.
Well, I think profits.
Which is why drugs are cheaper in Canada. Another thing drug companies do, they charge whatever the market will pay. You can't charge as much for drugs in Mexico or no Mexican could ever buy them. And if you sell about a carload, you can't have everything. So people will go there to take a vacation, so they can't really buy the medication. But the discount to get the medication pays for the vacation. So, you know, clearly you're buying huge quantities of some deficiencies. So there are also huge problems if you have a major bureaucracy or something. You've lost the competition, you've lost the quality of the fruit and things like that. In healthcare, there's no simple, absolutely right solution to the problem. These are huge problems. And the healthcare costs are increasing 2 or 3 times the rate of inflation. That is unsustainable. It will, with the current rate of increase, I believe what here is all of our revenues will go to healthcare. There is nothing left for police force or firemen or military or any of those other things. So clearly we've got to bend that curve. And we more discussions like this, how to get that curve. But you know, like $500 that they spend for, I wouldn't spend that money for my money. I would rather have it accumulated. There's somebody who look into the 8,000. If you still have health care now, you go to a catastrophic policy with an $8,000 deductible. When I quit teaching, I wanted to buy a catastrophic policy with a $5,000 deductible. There weren't any. Now there are. I never bought it. I could pay the first money. It would hurt, but I could pay the first $5,000. If you buy a $5,000 deductible, it's pretty cheap. But you just $5,000. It's just not going to cost you. So you can now buy an $8,000 deductible catastrophic policy. In your current policy, read the fine print. I'll bet you drop you without having to. Yeah.
Another question on this.
Okay.
Yes, while we're in the arena of healthcare, and it's true, healthcare costs are just going through the ceiling.
Yep.
But a lot of it has to do with, as you said, liability with doctors. Doctors want to protect themselves because of you and I and others who file needless lawsuits. So it's a trickle-down effect.
It is.
Why hasn't there been discussion on the table in Washington for tort reform?
Oh, there has been, but half of our people are
Exactly.
lawyers. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're not going to discuss something.
Somebody
that's
asked my
gonna
wife, how
split
could your
their
husband be a
right.
congressman? He's not a lawyer. It's a prerequisite for going to Congress, yeah. Oh, good. We have, someone said if all the lawyers were laid end to end, this would be a better world.
Yes. We're fighting an endless battle
Okay,
here.
I very good friends who are lawyers, and they are very, very necessary.
They
But
are.
They are very
indeed.
necessary. But in healthcare, it's kind of gotten out of control,
Yes,
hasn't
indeed
it?
it has. When a lawsuit's filed, what is it now? The going rate for an attorney is 40% of the take? So who's getting rich?
Well, one of the simple things for tort reform would be the English system, loser pays.
Yes.
There'd be far fewer suits if loser pays. Right?
And doctors are going to order test after test after
Of course.
test because they want to rule out all possibilities in the event
Exactly
that
right.
John Q. Citizen comes and says, you didn't diagnose correct.
What
I'm
more
gonna
could I
sue
have
you."
done? What more could I have done? I ordered
Yes.
every conceivable test. I ordered every prescription for you that was possible. What more could I have done? You know, I understand it's a protective response that doctors have.
And while we stay in that arena, is there any more effort into Medicare fraud to try to prevent?
Oh, yeah, but this waste, fraud, and abuse, everybody talks about eliminating that. And we ought to eliminate it, because it just makes people mad when they see it. But the truth is that many times it costs you almost as much money to eliminate it as it was. Some of these people are pretty clever
Yes.
with the fraud thing. Yeah, you need to do what you can, because it just makes people angry, they get cynical when they see the waste, fraud, and abuse. But it's not going to balance the budget. I'm not even close. Yeah. Yes?
Hi, I saw you last week in Frederick.
Yeah.
And that's what made me come down here tonight. When I was in Frederick last week, someone in the audience showed you a mailer.
Yeah.
And they asked you about it because it was an attack ad, and you said it didn't come from your campaign. And you looked at the mailer, and you said it didn't come from your campaign. That was last Tuesday. And then last Wednesday on television, there was an ad that was the same content with this mailer, and it has your picture, and it says, I'm Roscoe Bartlett, and I'm with this campaign. So my question is, why on Tuesday why were your answers different on Tuesday than on Wednesday?
The second thing you mentioned was what? A mailer?
The mailer. The content of the mailer was the focus of the television ad that has been on television since
Oh,
Wednesday.
the
But
television
yours
ad,
on
the
Tuesday.
television ad is paid for by the National Republican Convention. That is paid for and done by the State Department.
But your face was on the television.
That is true,
ad.
because they get candidate rate, if the candidate's face is on it, that is true.
So how come on Tuesday you just didn't talk about what you thought about the mailer and talk about your opinion?
All I said about the mailer was that it did not come from my campaign, that is true. That's all I said about it.
It just seems
I
to
think
me.
that, I have not seen the mailer, but my understanding is that whatever accusations are there, that there's a documentation for it, go read the documentation. Other
But-
questions?
That you said one thing one day and then.
Yeah, no, the second time was paid for by the National Republican Congress, and that was paid for by the State Department. National Congress, for the television. And my face is on it, my voice is on it, so they get candidate rate and that happens. Yeah.
There seem to be some issues that are even bigger politician, the person who's running, or parties. And one of these is one that I saw following up the Defense Department discussion we had. Last month, the Defense Department came out with a $7 billion RFP asking for companies or whoever to make local power for the military bases primarily out of renewable energy, because they were needing to be more secure, because if we had one of those 6 to 18-month power outages, all the military bases would shut down. So it's interesting to me that, say the current administration and the Department of Defense has asked for communities and the industry to rethink how we do energy. So all our eggs aren't in one big basket. We got a bunch of little baskets for the military bases. And I also remember Senator Cardin in one of your Go Green conferences 2 years ago, lauding the fact that you led Congress in these discussions of local energy, renewable energy, green energy, and so on. So he would say you led Congress in all of this, and everybody, whether they're Republican or Democrat, owes that to you. And so what's interesting, though, is before an election, we can talk about these really big issues that are much bigger than any one politician, and that's why you could have a Senator Cardin in the room singing your praises as if he were your campaign manager. But now that we're at an election year, no matter what anybody says from any party, it's all, like for example in this case, I've heard people say, well, there goes another radical right-winger trying to scare everybody again, and the person is, a radical survivalist, yet during the non-election year, everybody agrees we really need to have more sustainable local communities, more local energy, and not all our eggs in one basket. And how do you account for the diversion of attention from the issues, which we all should agree on as Republicans and Democrats, and yet come time to have an election, we're just eviscerating each other and doing character assassination and doing whatever we can to make the guy look stupid, even though 6 months before we said it was the greatest thing we all should agree on. How do you account for that sort of switching around in the public mentality and how this works out?
When I was a kid, I had to take cognitive work. The old times took cognitive work.
Yes.
Okay. That was just awful. But that's what you did. And in campaigning today, I hate to do that. If I didn't take cognitive work, I probably was going to get it. If you don't do this information, I have to probably do it. And I hate it. And I hope that we can come to some kind of combination where that doesn't happen, but it doesn't. And it did. Chuck has been much involved with regard starting about. You mentioned what the military did. For several decades now, they've been moving, and finally recognized, gee, this isn't right, this isn't right. They've been moving in exactly the wrong direction. They've been divesting themselves of all of their infrastructure. They buy somebody else's electricity, somebody else treats their water, somebody else handles their sewage. So now when the lights go out, they're out too. They got a tank farm and a little bit of diesel there. The generators won't run for a few weeks at most, And we're talking about months down if there's an EMP attack or a cyber attack or something like that. So now they finally, I've been a big advocate of this. I've been advocating small modular nuclear reactors. The first one ought to go in Guam. All the electricity in Guam is produced by a diesel that's brought there on a boat. And Guam is 2 hours away from some of the biggest, the most important sites in the world, military-wise. The next one needs to go in Hawaii. Hawaii is all, so I think essentially all their, they burn waste energy, but aside from that, most of them by burning diesel. By the way, I've been to the South Pole twice. I'm on the science committee. We have a science center there. And the sun shines, I think, without a cloud in the sky for 6 months, and the wind blows incessantly at about 100 miles an hour. And they haul diesel in on an airplane to produce electricity. You're just stuck in the ground. But what a place that's begging for wind or sun.
And they don't have to talk about that.
They don't have the downtop.
Yeah. You really can't get stuck. Of course, if you don't have electricity, you have a diesel generator. So that's what they do. The military now has this big RFP out, and they're looking. This is alternative energy. People produce alternative they're really criticized by most of the people on my side of the aisle because for the moment, alternative energy costs more than fossil fuel energy. But it won't, and they say it's not so much about economics, they say it's about our national security. By the way, if you want to read what I think is the most insightful speech of the last century, Google for Rickover and energy speech, and a fascinating speech will come out.
Speaking of energy, you just reminded us of the Keystone Pipeline.
What?
The Keystone Pipeline?
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is another thing, I know that we're big over here, it seems, on national security and border security and illegal immigrants and the threat of terrorist attacks. But there's also the energy dependence. So, I don't know, all my life it seems like, why don't we drill here and have our own resources? I understand science has changed, I understand there's different geological surveys that's been done. Now they're finding all these other resources and there's a lot more than what they thought maybe back in the 60s and 70s. Now we're sitting here knowing this and it just seems like it hits a brick wall. I know you're down there in the front lines. I mean, is it over turtle eggs or what?